today we're going to talk about making predictions and how good readers make predictions before they read, while they are reading, and after they read. Who can tell me why is it important to do these things before we even start reading a book? Jake?
So to make you smarter.
To make you smarter. How would it make you smarter, Izza? And that's great. Izza.
By making predictions.
How does making predictions make you smarter in a book, Izza? What could it help you with?
Learning how to read.
Learning how to read, and not just learning how to read, but learning how to read that book, right? What did you say, Kim?
Fluently.
Helps you with fluency. You might see things in a picture that would help you when you read the book to understand the book. Should we read a book if we don't understand it?
No.
No. We know we have 3 reasons to read. What's one reason that we would read, Cameron?
To learn something.
To learn something. What's another reason?
Like if you're reading a fiction book, you can learn about something.
Learn about something. Why else would we read a fiction book? Why would we read something that's not real?
To entertain you.
To entertain you. Very good. So we read books to learn something, to entertain you.
Have fun.
Which would be entertaining. There's one more.
Smarter.
It does make you smarter, but there's one more reason. Is it?
To get smarter.
It does make you smarter. Bella?
To help you with fluency on reading.
Okay, so we learn to entertain, or we read to entertain, we read to learn something, and we read to learn how to do something. All about books, how-to books, right? All about books, we learn facts about things. So in order to read a book, we need to be able to understand that book. We need some background knowledge. We use our schema to help us, correct? And if we don't know anything about that book, if we went and got a book about soccer and we didn't know anything about soccer, we might have to start making predictions by looking at the pictures in the book about what might this be about. Because we need to be smart readers when we read, right? Now, we can make predictions before we read. And the way we do that, and I'm going to show you the book we're going to read today, Possum Monday Saves today.
Ooh.
It's my favorite. Before we read the book, we can look at the
How does he say
pictures. Now, I know some of you say, but Miss Greenman, if I open the book and I look at all the pictures, we know that in fiction there's a beginning, a middle,
And
and an end. And what happens in the middle? Something happens in the middle. There's always a problem in the middle. So if we looked at all the pictures and go to the end of the story, it might spoil the story for us because we might know how the problem is solved, correct? And sometimes it's fun to wait on that. So what I say, you can look at the beginning, the cover, and you could look at the first couple pictures if you wanted to so the book isn't spoiled for you, and then you can continue reading. So before we read, we can look at the cover and say, what do we notice? Who can raise their hand and tell me, what is something you notice about the cover of this book? Yes, sir. Miles. What do you notice?
About possum money.
It's about a possum, correct? Do you know what a possum is?
Ooh.
I have a real picture
They take stuff.
of a possum. They take stuff, right? So there's a real picture of a possum. That's something we might need to know before we read the book. What else do you notice from the cover of the book, Kip?
She has the purple glasses.
She has purple glasses. Bella?
They look like they're having a party.
They look like they're having a party. How do you know they might have a party? What clue helps you predict?
Because of the possum's face is super happy, and they're also wearing like party hats.
Wearing party hats. Colin, what do you notice?
I noticed that the possum is like a baby because you can kind of show a glimpse of the little diaper.
You can see a glimpse of his diaper and his pin. Now, this story is written by Colleen Sally, and you, friends, know that the illustrator is Janet Stevens, but she did something very interesting. She actually uses Colleen Sally as a character in the book. And if you met Colleen Sally in real life, this is exactly what she'd look like. She has these big purple glasses, a big hat with a red flower, and she loves wearing flowered dresses.
And red
Okay.
lips.
Now I can open the book, and I even setting of the story. I can predict what will the setting be. What might the problem in the story be? What might happen in the story? Who might the characters be? Predicting is pretty powerful. It really helps you understand your stories. So if I look at this page, and I'm going to take the front cover off, if I look at this, I notice some things in this picture. I can see there is a alligator. There's an alligator.
And jump rope.
I can see
Houses.
the woman that's on the front cover. I see houses. I see, this says Laurel Valley Store. And on the porch over here is a possumundus. I also see that there's a woman over here, and it looks like she has a water can. What might the setting of this story be? I see trees. Kelsey, what might that be?
It might be like a forest.
A forest with lots of trees. James?
Swamp.
A swamp. Can
Yes,
you see?
alligators live in swamps.
Alligators live in swamps. You know what else I see?
A river.
I see a river or maybe a stream with water. Let's turn the page.
I think it's like a...
Now, we could already move, after reading, when we confirm our predictions, I know Bella said they are having a party. I think we could confirm that that prediction was a good prediction because I see that a possumundus has one of the, right? The little blowy toys. I'm not really sure what the real name is, but they have a blowy toy, right? And we could start thinking, who's the party for? What might they be celebrating?
Maybe.
I don't know. So let's turn. Let's look.
Maybe.
All right. So I noticed on this page that this woman is cooking. She is cooking. Maybe she's making a cake. Maybe she's making cookies. I see the hats again, the party hats. I see the little. Do I do that right? The blowy toy. I see that the setting is probably in a house in a kitchen. In a kitchen.
But I thought you said the forest.
And, well, can the setting, and I'm glad you said that, Sophia. She said, I thought you said it was in the forest. Can the setting change?
Yeah.
We could move from one place to another in a book, can't we?
It's in the house.
Now,
Some of them.
before we read, we can look at the pictures. As I read the story, and as you read a story, you can predict while you read. You know how you do that? You stop. You stop reading. You stop. You get to a part, maybe there's a lot of action or something really exciting is going to happen, and you stop. And you predict. And when we predict, we are trying to guess what will happen next. Now, you all know a song about prediction, yes?
Yes.
And I want to sing it together because I know we know it so well. So let's look up here, and I'm going to get the pointer out, and I would like to hear you sing our prediction song. Are you ready?
I make predictions when I read, when I read, when I read. I make predictions when I read, I guess what might happen. Sometimes pictures give me clues. I take picture walks and stew. Illustrations give me clues. Then I make predictions. Book commercials help me too. I read carefully, it's true. I make predictions when I read, I guess what might happen.
Now, from this song, we have learned pictures give us clues, which is taking a picture walk before we read. We have talked about illustrations in the book. We've talked about book commercials where you could talk about the story just by looking at the pictures and do sort of a commercial for a friend, right? Now, as I read, we could go through the entire story and make predictions, but I want you to be able to do that with the books that you have. So we know before we can look at the title and illustrations. During reading, we're going to stop, and I'm going to stop while I read, and we are going to make predictions. We're going to whisper to our elbow partners what we predict, what might happen next. Then after we read, we are going to think about our predictions. Were they correct? Yes, my prediction was correct. Or maybe we predicted something that didn't happen in the story. So we might have to adjust our prediction. We might have to say, well, I thought this might happen, but this really happened. Now, you know, Miss Greenman. Got my glasses. How am I looking?
Good.
Good. Got my hat.
You should get a wig, a brown wig.
A wig and a flower dress. I don't know. Miss Green might be really crazy then, right? All right, here we go. It's really hard to sometimes read through these glasses, so I'm going to do my best. Now, as we know, put your hands down, friends, when we read Apostlemondas happens in the South, right? Yeah. And that's where we all are from, and we say y'all and grits and all kinds of fun stuff, right?
Yeah.
So I got to get my southern voice. I think I'm ready. Now, this book is called Apostlemondas Saves the Day, and it's written by Colleen Sally, and it's illustrated by Janet Stevens. So we're going to read this book, and we're going to have a good time. We're going to make some predictions, all right?
Yeah.
All right. Here we go, friends. Once upon a time, but maybe not so long ago, Apostlemondas and his mama lived in a little cottage back by the sugarcane fields in Laurel Valley on the Bayou La Forge. Auntie lived down the road a piece. It was Apostlemondas' birthday. And he and Mama were getting ready for his party. We made a good prediction, didn't we? Apostlemondas was squeezing lemons for the lemonade, and Mama was making his favorite dessert, strawberry shortcake. Not the kind made with cake, but the kind made with sweet biscuits. She put all the mixings in her big bowl and reached for her soda saleratus. Now, soda saleratus is baking soda. Okay, gotta remember soda saleratus, baking soda. The box was empty. And we'll go, okay, it's okay. And you know you can't make big, loud, fluffy biscuits without soda saleratus. Well, I so want it, cried Mama. This is what happens when you wait till the last minute. Oh, can I go get the soda for you, please? Apostlemondas said. No, sweetie. I need your help with the lemonade. So you keep on squeezing. I'll go by myself. Just then, Baby Gator arrived early for the party. Oh, good, Mama cried. Honey, could you scoot on over to the store and get me a box of soda saleratus? Tell Mr. Leslie to put it on my bill and come on back here. Lickety-split. Now, don't you dilly-dally. Can you say dilly-dally?
Dilly-dally.
Get that southern voice. So, Baby Gator skipped along the creek that meanders catawumpus through the field, singing, soda, 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 saleratus. He crossed the creek, jumping on the stepping stones. 1, 2, 3, and then he ran into the store and asked for the soda. He thanked Mr. Leslie and skipped out, singing, soda, 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 saleratus. But when he got back to the creek, the biggest stepping stone moved and a head reared up out of it. It wasn't a stone at all. It was a great, huge, ugly Louisiana snapper. That snapper snow, baby. Gator, you woke me up. I'm hungry, and I'm going to eat you with your soda saleratus. And he swallowed Baby Gator and his soda in one big gulp. Well, back home, Mama was about to have a hissy fit because Baby Gator was nowhere in sight. I've been squeezing and squeezing, Mama, Apostlemondas said. Can I go get the soda for you, please? No, honey. I need you to set up the pin the tail game. I'll go myself. Just then Auntie arrived. Oh, thank goodness, Mama said. Sister, will you go down to the store and see if you can find that pokey Baby Gator with a soda saleratus? Auntie galumphed along toward Bayou La Forge, mumbling, soda, soda, soda saleratus. She crossed the stepping stones. 1, 2, 3, and galumphed into the store. Mr. Leslie said, why, that little rascal left a long time ago. He must be dawdling by the creek. Here's another box of soda just in case. So Auntie galumphed back, mumbling, soda, soda, soda saleratus. But when she got to the creek, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Clap once, clap twice. That great, huge, ugly Louisiana snapper turtle reared up and growled, oh, Auntie, I just ate a Baby Gator and his soda salad, and now I'm going to eat you too. And he swallowed Auntie and her soda in one big gulp. Oh. Back at the house, Mama was sopping mad. You don't want to make Mama mad. Where did they get to? They could go to Plum Nelly and back in this much time. The pimentel is ready, Mama, the possum Monday said. Can I go get the soda for you, please? No, Sugar Pie. I need your help with the balloons. There's hanging to be done. I'll do it myself. Mama stomped off grumbling, soda, soda, soda salad. She stomped over the stepping stones.
1, 2, 3.
And went into the store. Land sakes, said Mr. Leslie. They wouldn't both be dawdling in the creek. I can't imagine where they are. Here, you better take 2 boxes of soda just in case. So Mama stomped back toward the creek, grumbling, soda, soda, soda. But when she got there, you know what happened, don't you? In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That great, huge, ugly Louisiana snapping turtle reared up and growled, "Oh, Mama, I just ate a baby gator and a soda, and an old auntie and a soda. She looked a lot like you, come to think of it. Now I'm going to eat you too." And he swallowed Mama and her soda in one big gulp. Now, back at home, Opossum was wondering what was keeping everybody. He'd been hanging and still no one came. That little possum was getting as nervous as a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs. What happened to everyone? Opossum said to himself, no baby gator, no auntie, no mama, no party. I better go find them myself. So Opossum skedaddled along the road shouting, "Soda, soda!" He ran across the stepping stones.
1, 2, 3.
And skedaddled right into the store. When Mr. Leslie saw him, that man was flabbergasted. God gracious, I don't know where y'all folks went. You better take all the soda just in case. So, Opossum started back shouting, "Soda, soda!"
Oh no. I'm gonna get big I was gonna be
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That great, huge, ugly Louisiana snapping turtle reared up and stuck out his scrawny, wrinkled neck. "Thumping gizzards!" gasped Opossum. "I thought you was a stepping stone, but you a great, huge, ugly Louisiana snapping turtle." "You're right, Possum. I am a great, huge, ugly Louisiana snapping turtle, and I'm hungry. And I just ate an old mama and a soda, and an old auntie and her soda, and a baby gator and his soda." "Mr. Snapper, you could have eaten all of them. That's just too mean." "Possum, my whole self is just filled up with mean juice. Now I'm gonna eat you too." The old turtle snapped at Opossum, but just before his jaws clamped down, the little possum hollered, "Don't eat me! It's my birthday! I haven't even had my party yet!" And he hightailed it up the nearest cypress tree, screaming his head off all the way. That great, huge, ugly Louisiana snapping turtle wasn't going to let Opossum get away so fast. He lumbered up that tree and growled all the louder, opening his humongous jaws wide. Opossum hollered, "Mr. Snapper, you better spit out my folks or you'll be sorry." What's he gonna do with that big guy?
I don't know.
Huh? What can a puny little critter like you do to me? And then that old turtle started bumping his head so hard against the cypress tree, Opossum thought he might tumble right out. So he squeezed his eyes shut and he threw the only thing he had, a box of soda salad. Boom. That soda went right down the turtle's throat. And then he threw a second box. Boom. And then another. And another. Louisiana snapping turtle, something unbelievable happens. That ornery old snapper puffed up like a big, light, fluffy biscuit. Opossum Mundus held tight to his branch and kept his eyes squeezed shut. The great, huge, ugly Louisiana snapping turtle got bigger and bigger and rounder and floated right up off the ground higher and higher until pop! He burst wide open just like a birthday balloon. And out tumbled Mama, Auntie, and Baby Gator, all in perfect shape. Oh, my sweet little patootie saved us. Honey, you're gooder than grits, cried Mama. And look at this. One box of soda saleratus was safe in my purse. Now we can go make some biscuits for our little hero. So everyone marched home singing, Sody, Sody, soda saleratus. And then they had the best birthday party ever for the bravest possum ever.
A Possum Monday!
Now, I want you to think about your predictions, okay? Because we can predict before we read, while we read, and then after we read. So, let's see. Thumbs up if your predictions were right. Okay? Put your finger on your nose if maybe one of your predictions was wrong. Okay? Is it okay to make a wrong prediction?
Yes.
That's what reading's about. It's okay, because then we can say, you know what? I thought the great, huge, ugly Louisiana snapping turtle was going to eat Opossum Mundus, but he didn't. Opossum Mundus got away, right? Okay, now under your bottoms in your bag, I want you to pull your reading bag out. You all have books that I have chosen for you in your bags. With your elbow partner, I want you to look at the title and illustrations before you read and make some predictions. Then I want you to read a couple pages.
Read?
Yeah, we're going to read a couple pages, make some predictions, and then we're going to confirm our predictions, okay? So go ahead and turn to your elbow partner. Take your books out. Callie, you're with Mary. Right, let's see your book.
We have the same thing.
Okay, so what do you think your story might be? What's happening? How do you think this is going? So, maybe you said that you would know that what do you notice? Now listen, how do you think they feel about each other? Happy, how do you know he's happy? Smiling. Open your books and smile. What did you predict from your pictures? Well, let's look at the pictures first. So before we read, we should always look at the pictures. So what do you notice about this picture? The frog. Who else might be here with this story? He's at school. So you, how do you know he's at school? He's at book. What does the title say? So that might also help you know that he's at school.
Okay, let's
What did you notice? What did you notice about the pictures? Good. And I can see that right there. How do you think Bear feels about that? Look, he's mad. Look at his face. What do you notice? What did the illustrator do with his eyes? And his eyebrows go like this. What did you notice? time to look over them and make your own predictions with partners. But I wanted to just stop for a minute and wanted to talk to you about, some of you have books that you already know. Could you still make predictions with books that you may already know? And I'm thinking of Jack and the Beanstalk when we did our fiction fairy tale unit. We may already know that story, correct? But there's something we learned about fairy tales.
They're not real?
Not that they're not real, but we know that more than one author might write about the same story, right? And sometimes what do authors do?
Change it up.
They change it up. Can anyone share something they noticed about a prediction, either on the cover or in their book with a picture? Cindy, what did you notice?
There's like inside clouds.
So on the back of Cindy's cover, there's a man with one eye, and he's holding a very little man. Yes. Jake.
I know. My prediction is that the boy stole the heart from the giant, and he's trying to reach out from his cave and get the heart back.
Very good. Yes, Riley.
I noticed that everyone was pulling, like there was like a lot of people trying, but they just couldn't do it. And then
What are they trying to do?
pull up his shoes, but it's too tight. And the lesson is that you shouldn't pull it out.
So your book teaches you a lesson.
You shouldn't pull it out that soon, because then it doesn't go back.
It doesn't. And that would be a great book to predict about how are they going to get Moose's tooth out, right? Cameron.
I have a 2-page cover.
Okay. Oh, a 2-page cover. We like
So do
those.
I. Like, there's a frog. It's just the frog principle. So I'm guessing that somebody turned him into a frog.
Oh, maybe someone turned a principal into a frog. That's a great prediction, Cameron. Yes.
What I was thinking was
A lot of crazy things happening. So we could, from picture walks, could we predict if it's fiction or nonfiction?
in the
Yes.
frog.
Yes.
I noticed that this giant, he with his ginormous claws, he cut the beanstalk. And I think why he did that because this little boy has a harp with little gems in it. And I think he stole it. So the giant must be rich. And I think he's trying to give the harp back.
Very good. Friends, I want to say that you all did a wonderful job predicting today, and I want you to remember this when you're reading. Making predictions makes you a better reader. Taking a picture walk, look at the illustrations, read a couple pages, and stop. Predict what will happen next. And you know what else? It makes reading fun. Sometimes you can get your parents to do it. You might have a book that you know really well, and you might say, all right, Mom, I'm going to stop reading here, and you're going to have to predict what happens next and see if they can predict too. Okay? Kiss your brains. Great job, friends.